Okay, next let's take a look at the module manager. And modules sometimes for some people can be really complicated, so I'm just going to take some time on this to make sure that you understand what modules are, what module positions are, and how you can be able to manipulate them and change things and put things where you want it to go. Now the default Joomla website or installation it comes with different modules already enabled. But before I go into the modules, first let's look at the positions. A module pretty much is, if you notice for example where it says about Joomla, the site, all this right here, these are module positions. This site is a module position. About where this menu is a module position. Where this menu up top here is the module position. Where the search is a module position. Where this Joomla support is here is a module position. So everything, just about everything here, is some type of a module position. The reasons why you need modules is because sometimes you want to be able to designate certain content on certain parts of your website. You might want to put, a video on one part. You might want to put text on another part. You want to put something else in another section. So module positions help you to diversify your website, so you don't have just one thing or the same thing on each position. For example, you can see here you have this menu on this left column, and you have this images at the bottom. Now you can change the images to text, you can change it to video, you can change it to whatever you want it to be. That is the great thing about module positions, is that it gives you so much flexibility. And it's hard to know what's located where. And to do that, if you want to find out where the module positions are of any template, or with this one, you go to extensions, template manager. And the template manager, this is where your template of the site is located. So you want to click on where it says location, click that, you get a drop down, click on site. Okay, next, if you notice, let me make this bigger for you. If you notice, you can't click on this as no preview available. You can enable previewing options. These right here will let you see the module position of any template, but you can't view it right now because hasn't been enabled yet. But if you want to enable this, all you have to do is to go to options, click on it, and you have here, a preview module positions. This will allow you to see where the module positions are for any template. So click on enable, save and close. I'm not going to worry about permissions right now. Okay, if you notice, once you've made that change, you're able to click on this to preview it. So this is the current default template for this site, and if I want to see the module positions for it, I'll just click on the preview, click on that. Okay, and as you can see, you have different positions here. This position right here is the position 0. And sometimes it's a little bit hard for you to read some of this, so you have to kind of squint to see. But this right here is position 2. If you look close to the words in red, you can see what positions they are. This one here is position 7. This one is position 12. Position 7. So everything on this left column here is position 7, except for this one here, where it's position 5. And if you look on this right side, you see position 6, position 8, position 8. You scroll down to the bottom, you see position 9, position 10, position 11, position 14. So what this is telling you is that in the module manager, if you want to assign or put a content in a specific part of the website, you have to find that specific module position. So let's say you want to find this about Joomla, where the module position 7 is. You would go back to extensions, module manager, and where it says select position, you click on it. This are all the positions that are available with this template. So you click on position 7, and in position 7 you're going to see everything that's listed under position 7. And what's listed right now on the site, you have the About Joomla. So let's make that smaller, a little bigger for you. Okay, so this About here is located on the position 7, and this is a menu. You have this site that is also located on the same position right beneath it, as you can see from here. So everything in position 7 is going to be on this side of the page, on the left side of the page. So if you want to add, let's say you want to add a link, or you want to add a video, you want to add a text, everything that you add, as long as you put it in position 7, it's not going to show up on another side of the page. It's going to show up on exactly the left side. So where you says this About Joomla, it's in position 7. Let's say I want to move this from position 7 to position 6. Okay. So once I've located the About Joomla, which is in position 7, I am going to click on it. Next, this is where you can change the positions right here. Make that bigger so you can see. So if I want to change this from position, if I know what position it is, I can just type that in there, which is position 6. So all I have to do is delete the 7 and put in 6. And if you scroll down to the bottom, this is saying, where do I want this, what pages do I want this menu to show? If you look right here, it says module assignment. You have several options here. It can show on all the pages. This means that this particular menu is going to show up on the entire site all over. No pages, it's not going to show up on the site. Only on the selected pages, or on all pages except those selected. So what I'm going to do is I am going to change it only on the pages selected. Okay. So what this means is that the menu is only going to show up on the pages that I've selected right here. Any page that has not been checked, that particular menu is not, or that particular item is not going to show up on there. So if I were to go, let's say I'm at the top, I don't want this particular About to show up on, let's say, the feature blogs. So if I wanted to show up on just the home page, I would check that. If I wanted to show up on the feature blogs, I would check that. For now, I'm just going to check the home page, and it's not going to show up on any other page, just in those feature blogs page. So when I click save and come on the home page, if I refresh it, you will notice that it's no longer there. Because I'm telling Joomla that I don't want this particular menu to show up anywhere else but the features blog page. So when I click on this feature blogs, you will notice that the menu is right here on the right side, position 6. It's no longer on the left side, position 7. I've moved it over to position 6. If I click on the web links page, it's not showing there. That's because I've designated that to show up only on the feature blogs page. No other page. I want it to show up just on this page. And that's one of the flexibilities with a CMS like Joomla that you have, is that sometimes you have certain content that you don't want to show on every page. You just want that content to show on a specific page. Maybe you have a special offer, or something that you want to post on one section of the website, not the entire site. Well, with Joomla, you can designate exactly where you want that content to show. So if I say I've changed my mind and I want this to show up on the home page and the feature blogs page, I'll just check the home page and I click on save. When I come back here on the home page and I refresh it, you notice that it's showing up right now on the right, on the position 6. And once again, once you know where the positions are, if I want to change that position to position 12, or if I want to put it in position 5, or if I want to put it on any other positions, the point is, whatever position you select, that's where the information is going to show. So if you want a video or anything, it's going to show up there. Now there are different types of modules, and each module has its own, functionality. For this module that I'm using, it's the menu. Okay, so if you look at the menus, the About Joomla menus, all the content that are on this particular menu is what's showing here. Getting started, the Joomla project, the Joomla community. So everything that's enabled on this part of it, that's what's going to show. So let's say I don't want to have the getting started part to show on this menu. Well, I don't have to go on the module manager to do that. I would have to go to the menu section to do that. And if I click on that check mark, the green check mark, you notice that it's no longer a green check mark on it. And if I go on the home page and I click refresh or reload, the getting started is no longer on this menu. That's because I've removed it. So this gives you an idea of how you can be able to manipulate modules and move things around. And let me save this, save and close. I'm just gonna leave it in that position. And the same goes if you want. Let's say you want to add a new module, which I'm going to cover in the next tutorial. But you can just click on new and put the information there. The whole point of it is the module manager gives you so much flexibility that you can assign different things to different positions, or different pages. You don't have to have the same thing show up on all the pages. You can select what pages that you want specific items to show up on. So next I am going to show you how to create a new module.